Hey everybody, coming at you from my favorite fishing hole. This is a lake that is off the main river, and it's attached to the river by a small creek. And any of these areas can be reasonably good fishing. So, I'm out here today with my kayak, and I have a couple of things to show you. But before I show you, I have a couple of things to say. I've been on YouTube long enough that I can tell, I can tell what the comments are going to be. Now, I'm going to show you a homemade camera mount, and I'm going to show you a Depthfinder that I have rigged up for my kayak. First off, I got to say, I'm a cheapskate. I like homemade items. I like making things myself. Me being a machinist and a welder and a fabricator, I just like fish jumping right there, teasing me. But anyway, I like making stuff. And so, the last time, if you may have noticed, in the last time I showed my kayak in a couple of videos, I had a homemade, real rickety, squeaky camera mount that I made that was just terrible. And so I thought I needed something better. So I did try. I know they sell those GoPro type mounts with the suction cups, and I tried one, and I just don't like it. It is not my cup of tea. So I made one. Now, on the Depthfinder, when I bought my boat, it came with a brand new little bitty Depthfinder, but it was, you know, I think it was from the 80s, maybe the 90s. So I went ahead and bought two brand new Depthfinders for my boat, put this one on the shelf, and totally forgot about it. Well, then after Nick and I got kayaks, I thought, hey, maybe I can mount that to the kayak. So I'm using what I got. I know you pro kayak fishermen, they have where the transducer, you put it on the inside. It's a see-through hole design. But I've got the old-fashioned kind, so I made a mount to just kind of hang it off the side. So, yes, I know about the see-through transducers, and yes, I know about the suction cup camera mounts. Okay, with that out of the way, let's take a look at some of the junk that I've made for my kayak here, and then we're going to go fishing. So, first things first, this is my camera bag for my kayak, and it's got, I took the tripod out of it. I have a large tripod that I normally use, but for kayak trips, I'm going to be using this smaller tripod that I've got the camera mounted on right now. Now, everything else inside this bag is specific to this kayak, and it's homemade. So, let's take a look. This is just a piece of PVC tubing, and it has a thing on here. Let's see if I can find it. Where's it at? This thing right here, it's got a piece of this line lock coolant tubing, and this stuff slides in the end, and you mount your camera on it. Now that can go into one of these holes here for catching the fishing action from behind right there. Alright, so that thing's pretty solid. Now this is another piece right here that I have threaded, and it can screw into the holes in the front of the kayak up here. See right here where there's a drain hole right here? I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah, see that drain hole right there? This thing will screw into that, but I don't like using that. It gets me far away from the action, but I don't like using that because that thing, dang, what's going on here? Okay, there it is. Because that thing right there, I can't reach the camera to operate it. Alright, so that's not a good thing right there. So, and then in that bag I've also got a saw. But normally that stays in the kayak, but this is Nick's kayak. This isn't my kayak. So this thing is good for if you're going up creeks and things, so that you can saw, you know, your way out if you got trees or something blocking your path. So I always kind of keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one in the back of the kayak. Now this is the actual homemade camera mount. These are the three pieces right here. And it was kind of fun to make it because on the end, the mount has a compound angle, and what that means is where you have two angles meet in one with some wing nuts. And then it's got an arm that I made, and I found out this arm, once you, it's there, this is all plastic, and if you put enough holes in it, it'll make it lightweight. And then I found out this thing was so long, it kind of bounced a little bit, so I made this little stabilizer block. Alright, so let's I'm gonna show you how, I'm gonna run the camera down and show you how this stuff mounts. It's extremely overcast today, so the sun is coming and going, and a minute ago the glare on the sun was so bad that I had to move the camera. So anyway, this thing right here is a mount for where you put fishing rod holders. Well, what I've got is I've got these two little bolts on the bottom with squares on them, and they slide into here just like that. And what you do is you tighten those down. So I'll show you a side view of it in a minute. And then this thing here, you just undo this. And then this goes on here, like that. Or, you can adjust it. I got all these holes going across the top right here that I can adjust it with. So, let's put that one right there. And it's got a big wing nut, and you just got to make sure to not drop that big wing nut. Alright. So that's about like that. Now what I'm going to do, yeah, let's go ahead and move it on out. Nah, yeah, let's move it out. See, that thing will move around freely, just like that. But you can see it kind of wobbles a little bit. So that's where this part here comes in handy. See, it looks pretty cool looking. It's kind of professional looking, the way this thing is. So the way this works is I got another wing nut on here, and this just goes up inside here, and then you just tighten it down here like that, and then this will actually come over and sit on here. See, that gives it some stabilization right there. And I can still reach the camera, and if I can't reach the camera, then I just undo this and pull it over towards me. Alright. Now I've had the Depthfinder mounted on this before, but I'm going to try to mount it again, and hopefully this won't be in the way of it. Alright, so here's the little Depthfinder right here. Let's see if I can get this out. Battery sitting on there. It's an Eagle Magna 3. And this thing, all it does is it just velcros right there. Right there where I can get at it. Alright. Now this thing right here, this is the Transducer. And I've got it mounted on a, with a rubber. It's got rubber grommets here. It's got a stainless steel stove head bolt. This is a aluminum or aluminium frame with the transducer on it, and it mounts over here to the side, but I'm going to wait and mount it after I'm in the water. Now for the battery, what I have for the battery, it's just a small battery that I bought off Amazon, and all I do with it is I've got, pull this up, I got some clips right here, some waterproof type connections that I just push on there just like that. Alright. And then you just set the battery in the floor. It's kind of in the way. I need to make a different way of mounting it up under here, but I haven't got around to it yet. But for now, I can live with it. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it. That's the camera mount, and that's that. I'll put it in the water and show you how that mount goes on. Let's see. Let's turn it this way. And in the back here, fishing rods right here. Oftentimes in the past, I've had them actually bounce out of these holes before. So I put these carabiners right here. Alright. That goes in the back. Let's see. And what I do with them, let's go ahead and undo this fishing rod here. I brought this, and then I brought a thing called a crappie pole. So let's go ahead and put this together so that I don't have to mess with it while I'm out on the water. Chances of me catching anything are pretty low, but I'm going to try anyway. Alright, so let's just put this together. just like this. Come on, there you go. All right, now I'm gonna stick it right here. Now what I do is I got this carabiner on a bungee cord and I just lock it on somewhere. Just like that. Right. And over here on this other side right here, even though this is a day trip, always carry some kind of a survival kit of some kind, because you never know if anything could happen and you may wind up having to spend the night. So, you know, in your survival kit, put like maybe a hammock, either a small tarp or emergency blanket, or like a throwaway bivy bag, and a first aid kit and a flashlight. So that's a very handy little kit. It's a Hidden Woodsman. They come in a whole bunch of different colors, and it's got a neat little carrying case. So what I do is I'll throw that thing behind the seat. Whatever survival kit you get, make sure it's got some kind of a way of connecting it to your kayak or canoe or whatever. So what I do is I put it in there and I'll just attach it like that and I'm good to go. And then of course I've got some water, you know, and if you want to in your survival kit, have a water purification tablets or a filter. Now over here, I don't know what the technical name for this thing would be in most realms of society, but in the South we call this a crappy pole. This one says this is a whooping stick, and what it is it's a telescoping fiberglass pole with no reel, but it's just got a little bit of line on the end. And what that's for is that this is for, like, if you're reaching out over some tree limbs where you can't cast, you'll telescope out and just drop it up and down for like jigging. Once we get out on the river and I find some fallen trees, we'll try that. Alright, so far, and then of course I got a rag in here that I'm going to leave right here for in case I happen to catch any fish. Alright, I think I got everything. And as usual, safety first. Wear a life vest. You never know what could happen in the river. Now, I don't whitewater, alright? I don't normally do whitewater, but whenever I do, I don't carry all this other junk. I'll wear shorts, and I'll wear like those water shoes, and a life vest, and you know, because in case you might turn over. But I'm on backwaters and a creek in a very, very, very wide river that runs very slowly, and so chances of turning over aren't as bad. So, but I still wear a life vest, and on the inside of my pockets up here, I have my wallet, keys, and cell phone, and I have my cell phone in a plastic bag in my shirt. All right, and then of course I got a neck knife handy right here for in case I need it. Now I had the point of it tucked into my shirt, but I think I can just kind of hang it out now and zip this thing up. So let's put this kayak here in the water and head that way. The only thing I forgot was my sunglasses, and I really wished I had them. Alrighty. So let's hit the water. I think we'll hit the water and then I'll take this camera off the tripod. Regular tripod is I think it's a Vargas Magna. I got about 5 or 6 tripods, but see, this is a small one, small lightweight aluminum. So we don't need this no more because we're fixing to be on the water. So let's just put this back here. My big tripod won't fit in there. Alright, so let's test this camera mount out and see how stable it is. Put in 1 foot And put in the other foot. Oh yeah. All right, I can see you better now. All right, so let's push off. And here we go. All right, now once I get out here just a little bit of ways, I better look back and make sure. No, I didn't leave nothing behind. Now I can tell now that I bet you if it's gonna be a sunny day, I ain't gonna be able to see a whole lot here. All right, so this is the cool part. Let's do this. Wait a minute, where's this go? Oh, I also got to make sure not hit it with a paddle. Now I can say this kayaking is a whole lot of fun. Normally, when you bring all this other stuff for like filming, it adds to the work, you know, but still, I love making videos. So let's turn this real quick. And now this thing is meant to fit on here too. Straighten it out. Now let's turn this way. It's just what I thought. The viewfinder's on the wrong side. Crap. All right, let's go this way. Okay, you can see. Okay, you can see the Depthfinder here, and then this is the mount. I'm going to go ahead and attach this mount over here. Let's see if you can see. Oh yeah, you can see. Okay, and see there's a transducer. So let me scoot this thing back, and I got this nut undone. Oh, I tell you what, if the sun was bad, this would be terrible. I wouldn't be able to see anything. Let's see. All right, cause see this thing hangs below the kayak, so I can't very well see. I can't mount it while I'm on land, so let's hit. There you go. All right, now let's see if it comes on. Look at that. See, we ain't that deep. It says right now 1.7 feet. That's pretty neat. That's all right. Now this thing's kind of bouncing around a little bit because this mount's not touching anything. Now it's touching something. And I think I can still see. Let's see, you can see it. All right, let's go over there to that corner. And I'm gonna do some casting because I can see fish jumping. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I want to pull out, because there's some down trees over there, so I'm gonna pull out this crappie pole. I'm gonna show you how it works. All right, what you do is you unscrew the end of it. It's got a cap on it to keep it from falling apart. You want to put that in your pocket. Then you undo this part. Trying to undo it without breaking it. There it goes. This is actually kind of tough right here for... Oh no, it's all tangled up. This stupid arrangement that they have on here with these things are actually too stiff for this little thin line. But what it is you'll have about 2 or 3 feet of line attached to the end of this thing. You have your lure on the end, and what you do is you throw it out. And you just telescope the pole out. Alright, now there's some trees over there. See if I can get over there. It's kind of hard to do from a kayak. Let me see if I can get you to where you can see the action. Alright, let me turn you around. Just turn the kayak around. And I'm going to ease over slowly. Probably won't catch anything, but I'll show you the beauty of this pole. See how normally whenever you cast towards a tree like that, you'll get hung up? What we're going to do is See, we're just going to reach right over there with this pole. There's nothing in this area, so let's telescope this thing back down. And I'm gonna get the other rod out. At least I know that I'm gonna have it handy right here with the thing out. Let's see if I can put it back in here. Yeah. Alright, let's put that in there. Now, I thought there was a creek over here around the corner. I could have swore there was a creek over there in that opening, but maybe it's over there. Let's go over that way and take a look. Probably won't catch a fish today because I'm such a lousy fisherman, but let me turn this around so that you can get a nice view of what I'm getting. Maybe you can just enjoy the ride over into the creek, if the creek is over here. I swear there used to be a creek over here. Unless I'm crazy, unless I've lost my mind. Fish just jumped. Oh yeah, there's a creek over here. Let's go up this creek right here for a minute. Just think of it as a nature ride. Now see, this is where the big boats don't go. Man, this is a nice day. I'm gonna go down here and get my spinnerbait out. Matter of fact, I need to get it out. Now, we're over here inside the creek. I'm trying to be kind of quiet. Let's make a few casts here and see. Nothing. Ooh, the sky's getting dark. Might have to head out to the river here in a minute. Oh man, I'm still getting hung up all over everything. There you go. Now the kayak's fixing to hit. Man, there's a lot to see this. Man, there is a lot to filming and fishing. Good grief. Now you see that log right there? There are certain situations that you could very easily use that log. If it's stout enough, you could hang a hammock across that log in certain situations. If the water was moving real heavy, you could. And keep bugs off of you. Now the creek is completely blocked off up here up ahead. Let's go up here and take a look. I have to have a chainsaw to make it out from under here. Yeah. See, it's totally blocked off up here. We're only in 2 feet of water. But honestly, that would be a good place right there to camp if you wanted to. If you felt like it, you could get your kayak and pull your kayak out of the water and pull it over both of them. Look, a fish just jumped right there in front of me. Let's make a cast while I'm here. I don't know what kind of fish it is, but let's just try. Nothing. And over here, if you'll look, if you got a good eye, you can look and you can see up on the bank there, there's all that. It's either bamboo or river cane. See all that up in there? You could use that. There's a lot of different uses for bamboo. All right, let's get out of here and go back up to the river. I don't think there's much action here. Thought I heard somebody yelling a minute ago. Man, fixing to hit a tree. Oh. There we go. See, you gotta watch everything around here. Pretty nice place for. What's weird is I thought I heard a car door slam over here, and that's not possible. That's all woods over there, unless somebody's got like a 4-wheel drive truck or something, or a Jeep. But I've been over there in them woods, and I don't know, it's pretty dang thick. I don't think I'm gonna fish anymore. Oh, wait a minute. I got something else here I want to show you. I knew there was something else I want to show you. Look, this thing right here is a little Hobo fishing reel. A lot of people will take, you know, these things and they'll wrap their fishing line around like a Coke bottle or something. Well, this is a real nice wooden one. It was made for me by my buddy Dark Matter. And his YouTube channel is DIY Dark Matter. But in the handle back here, I keep a little envelope with extra hooks and lures. So let's see how this thing works. While I got you kind of out here in the open and there's nothing to crash into. So, I don't know how you normally keep this thing stored, but I keep a little painter's tape over the hook. Look at that. I broke off a piece of that and it landed on a kayak. Look, punk wood. That's what punk wood is where if you can squeeze it and it's like a sponge, you can put that and make char wood out of it. Alright. So now the way this thing works, it works better if you're standing up. We might have to do this on the bank. But the way this thing works is you take it and you get it to whooping and then you throw it. And then you peel it back up like that. You're pulling it back towards you. Pretty sure this is going to be my last fishing trip with this setup, because I'm telling you, you got the camera there, and then you've got this oar here sitting right here at your lap, and then you've got this fishing rod sitting here crashing into everything. This is not easy to film this and concentrate on fishing and talking. So, I mean, I wished I had a drone view of what I was doing. But anyway, this thing, let's try this again. I bet it's not going to work from a sitting down position. You probably got to be standing up, and I may get on the bank and do it. But you get this thing a whipping like this. See, it's hitting the water, and then you give it a throw, and see, it went in a big circle around the canoe. I mean kayak. Nah, this is not working. Let me try it overhead again. See, when you get it, it worked from the bank. You get it whipping around overhead and then you throw it. Yeah, see, you can't, this thing just goes wherever it wants to go. This is impossible to use from a kayak. Because it took a little bit of practice to get it to working from the bank. So, let me put this down here. Alright, we need to kayak on out of here. Alright, so we're back out here at the river. Maybe this will be a little easier. Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, this is kind of a learning experience for me trying to do all this stuff. Where you want to go? Let's go over here. Alright, my Depthfinder says 10 feet, 11 feet, 12 feet, 14 feet. I haven't even shown you the Depthfinder, 18 feet. Let's pull this back and see if I can get you to take a look down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. 20 feet. Now I'm just waiting, trying to see if there's some fish jumping around here for a minute. I may just sit here and cast a little bit. Let's move you up here. Let's see. Still have to adjust the camera some. It's not a bad view. Alright, let's see what we can do right here. Well, so far nothing. Totally skunked today. I've only seen 2 fish out here jumping. There just ain't much activity. Maybe because of the barometric pressure. You know, a lot of times that stuff happens. I see a bobber over there against the bank. I may go see if there's a lure attached to it. At least I'll get something out of the trip today. Come on. Nah, nothing. Let's go over there next to the bank. Let's go over there to the bank over there and look, see what that. There's a lure over there. I told y'all I was a cheapskate. Usually there's people fishing over here at this bank. A lot of times you can find all kinds of lures over here hanging from the trees and stuff. Oh, that was cool. I just saw a crawfish moving. What do we got here? We got a bobber and a bullet weight and a hook. Well, I caught something today. It's a nice bullet weight. There's a bobber. Did you hear that? I got to go back over there. The third fish I've seen jumping at one spot. Can you see them clouds up there? Getting kind of dark. I think I'm gonna cast here one last time, and then we're gonna head on down river. A minute ago, I noticed I heard a car door again, and then I heard a chainsaw crank up. So I get over here to the boat ramp, and it's the Georgia DOT, and they've got a boat and a trailer and a chainsaw. So I bet what they're going to do is they're going to go down there to the river and clear out some of the, to the bridge and clear out some of those logs. I hate that I didn't catch anything. I hate that I was completely, totally skunked today. I'm seeing fish here on the fish finder, but they just ain't biting. I don't know. Maybe I'm not using the right kind of lure, but you know, this was more of a video on, you know, my Depthfinder, my kayak, my new camera mount, and you know, I think honestly, without the fishing rods, you know, I think this, like whenever I use this canoe to go to Snake Island, I think this camera mount's going to work good. You know, but as far as fishing, this is just, there's just too much stuff going on here to fish. You know, way too much stuff going on. So anyway, I think there's somebody threw a refrigerator in a river over there. I can't believe that. Let's get back to the shore. Here, check this out. Look at that. Somebody actually put through a refrigerator, or it wound up in the river somehow. Can't believe some people. Alright, a couple of more casts here out in the middle of the river, and then I gotta go. Good thing I didn't say this was going to be a fishing video. It's just kind of more of a getting out and getting away and exploring type video. This is going to be a good setup though for exploring. I'm going to wind up, this is not going to be easy, but I'm going to wind up having to get some waders. Well, I've got waders, but I'm going to wind up having to bring waders and a chainsaw. And some of these creeks that I want to explore, I'm going to wind up, that haven't been explored in a long time. Because most people that come down this river wind up just bringing big boats. But, you know, I want to kayak some of these smaller areas out here. Get out here and see what's out there. And a lot of the creeks are like the ones that I showed you there, the kind of dead-ended, if there's down trees. And I've looked on the GPS maps, and there are quite a few creeks coming off of this river here. And you got to get to them. So I'm gonna go up here and I'm gonna put the kayak in the truck, and then I'm going to get on the bank and I'm going to try Dark Matter's Hobo fishing reel. I can't believe I didn't catch nothing. I thought sure on an overcast day like today they'd be, as hot as it's been, they'd be jumping everywhere. So, alright, that's just the way it is. Wasn't that a song? It's just the way it is, baby. No, I'm not a good singer, but I'm in a good mood. Oh, man, this thing's heavy when it's full. Oh, God. There we go. Oh. Whew. Now the main reason I did that, I don't know if that's going to make it in the video or not, is I wanted to see how stable the camera was even when I picked the kayak up and put it in the truck. Alright, it's getting real dark. See them clouds? Gotta go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over here and park, and I'm going to get the Hobo reel out and see if I can cast it. Alright, so here's another view of the kayak, of the camera mount. so you can kind of get an idea of how this thing works. See, the V fits on here real good for stability, and then you can move it up here, and it fits up there for stability, and then you can move this all around like this. So, let's see, where's the Hobo reel at? It is. There it is in the back. Oh. So let's go try this thing out and see how it works. So here's a better look at it. It's just got a bunch of line reeled up on it. And I got a curly tail grub on the end. The handle comes off, and there's a little pouch with some stuff inside it. So what I'm going to do is pull off a little bit of this. See, and you see you get it to spinning like this. Nope, didn't work. In the middle of trying to figure out my technique on that wooden Hobo reel, and you know, I'm at a public boat ramp, and so there I am. I'm right in the middle of filming, and these people come pulling up. And I didn't get them on camera, and I'm not going to get them on camera, but they pulled up in two vehicles. And I mean, they had the music playing, and they were laughing and just loud and obnoxious and screaming, and they just about fell out of their vehicles and staggering around and had their fishing rods, and I was like, my God, it's time to leave. So I grabbed my camera, grabbed a Hobo reel, and went on. The Hobo reel, the idea behind it is a cool idea, but you really have to learn how to throw it. And honestly, the heavier the lure, the better off you'll be. So anyway, I hate that I didn't catch any fish, but I hope you enjoyed hanging out with old Dave, because you know, I enjoyed the time on the river. That was pretty fun. And I took a chance going because they said it was a 70% chance of rain. And sometimes whenever there is a 70% chance of rain, fishing's pretty good. So anyway, whatever. I had enjoyed it. Hope y'all had fun. My camera mount's going to be great for whenever I'm going to Snake Island. I think it's just too much trouble to fish. It's way too much trouble to fish with it. So I'm not going to fish with it anymore. I'm just going to use the kayak and this camera mount for, you know, getting to my next adventure. So anyway, I guess I gotta head on home. Gotta go to work in a couple hours. Gotta drink coffee first though. So more camping, more survival, more bushcrafting in the next one. Well, day 2 of being skunked. I guess if it was easy, they'd call it catching. They wouldn't call it fishing. But I've enjoyed my time out here. I thought it was fun. Sorry I didn't catch a fish, but I tried several different lures. I only had one lure on day 1. I tried multiple lures on day 2, but well, you know how it is. So anyway, here's a logging truck off in the distance. The least I can do is I can close. I came up this one creek here, and I can't remember the name of this creek, but this is the only creek that I know of off the river that has a rocky bottom and crystal clear water. So y'all enjoy the next 3 or 4 or 5 minutes of me paddling out of here and just kind of enjoy the beauty. So, you know, from here on out the video's over, but y'all enjoy the views out of here, okay? And we shall see you in the next one. that tree.